Okay guys, I'm back. So are you ready to get started on these pages? Because I know I am. So let's go ahead and zoom on down for the instructions on how to make these pages. Now these are going to be your base pages only, okay? So you are going to need 4 pieces that are 8 3/4 by 9 3/4, okay? So you're going to need 4 of those. All right, and then you're going to need 4 pieces that are 9 1/4 by 10 3/4. Okay, and for these are the ones we're going to score on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make a couple with you real quick. So for your base page, and I'm going to let me go ahead and see if I can zoom in. All right. I'm finding all kinds of things to do with this. Yay! Okay, so there's that. That's good right there. All right. So what you're going to do is you are going to lay the 9 1/4 inch right across the top of your scoreboard, okay? And you're going to score down a 1/2 inch, okay? Just on that piece right there. Oops. I think I got off a little bit. So yeah, I did just a tad. Okay, so just like that, you are going to turn this around to the 10 3/4 inch, okay, and you are going to score here at a 1/2 inch, okay, and then you're going to score at a 1/4 inch, 10 1/4 inch, okay. All right, okay, so there is that part. Now, if you've never made pages before, it's kind of like making a pocket, okay? And we need to leave one side open, okay? That's why we're not scoring this side, because this is the side, once we get these folded, this is the side that's going to fit into your hinge, okay? So that's why you need that side open. Alrighty, so here you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut right across that X, okay? So see that X right there? You're going to go ahead and cut right over that, okay, just like that. Then, okay, and again, I'm making one with you. We're going to go ahead and set that down to the side there, all right, and you are going to fold these back, all right. I'm going to grab my, what is this, the bone folder. I always forget the name. I always forget the name, you guys. No. See, now you're able to see me when I mess up on my words, so you can laugh along with me. So, okay. Here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so there is that piece. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab your 8 3/4 by 9 3/4 piece, and that is going to fit right over on top of that, okay? Now for these, you can either use your adhesive, okay? You can either use this adhesive or you can use your glue, whichever one you prefer. I usually just do my glue, and I'm pretty good with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay that glue right along there, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay this right along here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my piece, my 8 3/4 inch piece. And I'm going to start at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to line up my 2 corners. Or my corners. Yeah, my 2 corners. And then I'm going to go ahead and work up. Okay. So I'm going to bring this piece over a little bit here. All right. Just like that. Okay. Just like that. Alrighty. And we'll bring that down just a bit. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and burnish these together. Okay, just like that. That over. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, and then here I'm going to go ahead and just add my glue to the top of that little piece right there. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm in the camera for you guys. All right. Now I think I got off a little bit on my page here, which is fine. I can just cut off the excess if I have some excess sticking up. I can do that. So, alrighty. Okay, so there is your first page, and see how I must have cut a little crooked right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix that, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut off that excess right there. No biggie. At least I'd rather have it a little bit longer than a little shorter, right? You can always fix the longer part. You can never fix, you have to cut a whole new piece if it's shorter, which I don't like to do. I really don't like to do that. So, okay, so there we go. So there is that, okay? And so there is our first page. So this is going to be page number 1. All right. And then you're going to go ahead and make 4 or 3 more like that. So we're going to have 4 pages all together, okay? So once you get all of those scored, okay, again, I'm going to go ahead and show you. You're going to grab, I'm going to grab my, bring this over again, okay? Have your paper sit at the 9 1/4 inch along the top of your scoreboard, okay? I am going to go ahead and score down. I'm going to go ahead and score down a 1/2 inch here. All right. Then once I do that, I'm going to turn it to the 10 3/4 inch side. You are going to score here a 1/2 inch. Okay. So here a 1/2 inch. And then you're going to score here, you're going to score at 10 1/4, okay? Just like that. Once you do that, again, where your X is right here, okay, you're going to go ahead and grab your scissors and just cut right across that X. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. And then you're going to go ahead and fold in. All right, and then you're going to grab your other piece, which is 8 3/4 by 9 3/4, and you're going to fit that right over the top of that. Okay. So there is 2 pages that we've made so far. So this is going to be page 2. And I go ahead and I number all my pages. That way I know what page we're on. Okay, I'm going to finish up I'm going to finish up to the other 2 pages, and then I'll be back with all of the other stuff that we're going to do to them. Okay, so I'll talk to you in just a bit. Hi guys, I'm back. So, okay, I got all of our pages situated and everything cut out for our flips and flaps and pockets. Okay, and so for the front of page 1, you are going to need a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay, now when you have your 12 by 12 piece of paper like this, okay, you are going to go ahead, and I'm going to lay this out so you guys can understand it a little bit. So this is going to be your 12 by 12 paper, just like this, okay? So, or just like that. Okay, so when you get your 12 by 12 piece of paper, you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the left side and a 1/2 inch on the right side, okay? And then you're going to score at the 6 inch, okay? Once you do that, you're going to turn it to the other side of your 12 inch paper side with, okay? And you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on the left hand side, okay? Then what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and cut, okay, cut right here at 7 inches, all right? So let me see. I don't know where my other ruler went. I'll grab this ruler. Okay, so you're going to cut at 7 inches after you score, you know, this side and down here and the left side of this. You are not going to score on this side here. So one of the 12 inch sides you are not going to score, okay? And so you're going to go ahead and cut it down on the 7 inch right here. Then once you do that, you're going to go ahead and take this piece and you're going to put it to the side, okay? This piece right here is going to be a pocket piece, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and remove that piece, all right? And this is the piece that we're going to focus on right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and put this on top of the front of our page, and you're going to put this right in the middle part, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and cut here because we're forming a pocket. You're going to cut where your X's are right there, okay? So you have a pocket now, all right? Now where you scored a 1/2 inch here and then down here, all right? So down here, this right here, this score line is going to go to the back end, all right? So that's going to go to the back, all right? Because that's going to be our little, that's how our pocket is going to flap up, okay? This piece right here is going to get folded in, and that's going to be adhered to this piece right here, okay? Just like that, all right? And then here we are going to go ahead and cut off. We are actually just going to cut one of these off. So I'm just going to go ahead and angle in just a little bit right there, okay? And you're going to go ahead and cut off this piece right here. And you're going to cut it off like right, I'm cutting mine on the other side of that score line there, okay? There we go. So that is what you're going to do. Now this piece right here has that score line. You're going to go ahead and put that little flap on the inside, okay? And you're just going to burnish these two down. So now you have your pocket, okay? You're going to glue this down and you're going to have a side pocket, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to glue these together. So just going to glue these together just like this. Alrighty. And you are going to go ahead and bring that over and make sure just the edges match up a little bit, okay? All right, if you have some excess paper showing, that's okay. You can always cut that off. So here on this side, I have a little bit showing. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. Like I said, I would rather always have more than not enough, right? So I'm just going to clean that up a bit. Okay. Okay, so now you have a pocket, okay, just like this. This is going to be attached to here. So we can definitely go ahead and we can add some glue to that. If you want to, you can go ahead and if you wanted it to match that other side, you can definitely just cut that off. Just like that. Okay, it doesn't have to though. And usually I don't cut my sides in. Sometimes I do, and it doesn't hurt anything really, to tell you the truth, because it's going to be covered with paper. Oop. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Make sure that you have on your page 1, your open end is on your left-hand side, because this is the front of your page, okay? When you are done, you are going to go ahead and just burnish that in, okay? Just burnish that in really good. All right, and then you can burnish in the rest of your stuff here. All right, and I drew on mine, so I knew where to place my my little pocket in the middle. So your pocket's going to come down like this, okay? And then here we have another pocket. The other pocket is going to be at 4 and not by 9 3/4, okay? And you are going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch on each left and right edge of your paper. You're going to turn it, and then, or you're going to turn it this way, right? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the bottom part. This is the bottom part, the long way, okay? So then once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead again and cut where those X's are. Okay, and there is your pocket. So we're going to go ahead and bring those in. All right. And for this piece right here, we are not going to attach yet. And the reason why we are not attaching this part yet is because we have to lay down our paper, okay? You can lay it down and then slide your paper in, you know, underneath it, but you know, but it really, you know, it's easier if you just go ahead and lay your paper down and then put your pocket on top of that piece of pattern cardstock. So okay. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift this piece up right here. Now remember the piece that I told you to put off to the side, okay? Now you're going to go ahead and flip it open, and you're going to cut it in half. Okay? Okay, so next you're going to go ahead and grab this piece right here, and you're going to lay it on top of this piece right here, just like that, all right? So that piece is going to be here. Okay, so you're going to lay this piece right on top of here. Now, on the back of that flap. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that one, and then you're going to take your next piece and you're going to lay that right on the other side of that. So I'm going to lay this down, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that it's even. So I'm going to go ahead, put some glue on here, just like that. I want to make sure this is going to be even with my other flap. So that is going to go on just like that. Okay, and you're going to open those up, and then you can go ahead and burnish those down. Okay, just like that. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, so cute. All right. All right, and then, so this is going to go ahead and flap like that, okay, or not flap like that. It's going to close like this, and then this is going to close like this, and then here you're going to have a pocket. And because we're not using any magnets in this album, okay, you can go ahead and cut out a 5x7 mat, 4x6s, and the mats are going to hold down your little flap here, okay? So that's how that's going to work. Alrighty, so I'm going to put that there. This I'm going to put to the side because it does say, and like I said, I put all of my pieces together. So when I make a piece, I put page 1 front, and then I put, like, you know, the measurements and everything that we need to do to that piece. I do keep it together. So because I have a pocket right here, I'm going to slide that pocket into that pocket so I know it goes there. And we're going to work on the back. So for the back of this piece, we have page 1 back. Okay, you're going to need one piece that is 5 by 6. Okay, and you are going to score, okay, or I'm sorry. Oh, I guess you need 2 pieces. Alrighty, so I was wrong. So you're going to cut 2 pieces that are 5 by 6, okay? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the bottom of both of these pieces, okay? Or on your left-hand side, okay? So when they're sitting in your scoreboard, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on your left-hand side, okay? One piece is going to be scored, the score line is going to be at the top, and the other one is going to be at the bottom. So it's going to sit like this, okay? So you can go ahead and flip these back and burnish those little flaps in. All right. Just like that. Okay. And then what you're going to need is you are going to need one piece that is 6.5 by 9.25, and this is going to be scored on your left-hand side as well. Okay, once you score that, you can go ahead, fold that in, and burnish that down. Okay, just like that. This is going to be on this left-hand side, and it's going to sit on your page like this. Now, remember, you have your open end. That is going to be on your right-hand side now, okay, because you're on the back side of page 1, okay? So this is going to sit like this. So you can go ahead and grab your glue. Okay. And sorry if you hear a bunch of kids screaming. They're outside, right outside my window, you guys. So, now you're going to go ahead and put that there just like that. Okay. You're going to open that up, and you are going to go ahead and burnish that in. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. Now what you have is you are going to need another piece that is 2 9 3/4. This is going to be like a little belly band, or a little, it's actually going to be a little belt. Okay, we're going to use it. Okay, and that is going to actually hold down these little guys here that we cut. Okay, and okay, so we are going to go ahead and put our little flaps on the front of our page here. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put those down. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down like this. All right. And because we are going to use our, and these are going to sit right in the middle, sorry. Okay, so we're going to sit those right in the middle, just like that. And because we are going to paper we're going to use our design paper later, that's why we're going to put these on now. Okay. And then this one is going to go on just on the top here. I need to go ahead and put that on there so I know that this is going to turn that upside down. I have to turn it upside down, guys, so I know I'm like not getting it up on the top here. So for me, it's just a little bit easier. Okay, and I'm going to scoot that over just so it's even with that other piece. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and just burnish those in just like that. Okay. Now for this piece here, this is going to be like a little belt. Okay, so actually it's going to hold down these guys here. Okay, so that's what's going to hold those down. So you're going to go ahead and put that like right in the middle part, all right? We can go ahead and place this down because when we put our paper on, our paper is going to cover this little belt area, okay? So we can go ahead and lay that down. I'm going to close these because I want this to be like right in the middle of those two. So that way they can't, like, you know, I mean, I guess if you pull them, you know, you can probably pull them out, but it will hold down, will hold those down while it's closed or while we're flipping pages and such. So now when we put down our pattern paper on this page right here, we are going to create a little belt loop right here on the end, and that's what this is going to slide into, that little belt loop, okay? And we'll probably trim it down some, but the belt loop will be up and through here, so that way at least you know, we can slide that into that little belt loop, okay? So there is page 1, you guys. So now you can go ahead and you can cover everything, okay? And it's up to you if you want to go ahead and cover it from end to end, or if you want to leave a 1/8 border or a 1/4 inch border, however you feel comfortable covering your pages, okay? So, all right. So now we're going to move on to page number 2, okay? So for page 2, okay, we are going to do the front, okay? Again, I always label everything like page 2 front, so I know that my opening to the book, okay, is going to be on my left hand side, okay? So because that's going to go into the hinge, all right? So, and I'm just explaining things because you never know who's going to be a new you know, a new crafter coming into the group or learning how to make mini albums. And so, you know, I just like to just, you know, describe everything to everybody. Okay, so for this, you're going to need one piece that is 1 by 8, and this is going to be a hinge for something, okay? And you're going to just score that right down the middle, okay? Of course, it's 1 inch by 8, so that's going to go off to the side there. You are going to need 4 pieces that are 6 3/4 by 2 3/4, okay? You are going to score on each end of the 6 3/4 side, okay? So we're going to have 4 little pockets, okay? Then you're going to turn it on your, scoreboard on the 2 3/4 side, and you're going to score another 1/2 inch. These are going to be your little pockets, okay? You are going to cut, and I think I cut all of mine already, yeah. So you're going to cut on that X, okay? On that corner and this corner, on all 4 pieces to make a pocket, okay? So that's how you're going to need 4 of those, all right? Then you're going to need a piece that is 5 by 3 or 5 3/4 by 8. So you're going to need a piece that is 5 3/4 by 8, 1 piece, okay? You're going to need a piece that is 6 7/8 by 9, okay? And on this one is going to be scored at the 6 7/8 inch laying across your scoreboard. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on each end of the paper, okay? Then you're going to turn it to the 9 inch side, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch down the left hand side, and you're going to cut the ends to form a pocket, okay? Alrighty, so once you do that, then you're going to go ahead and you can place this piece on top of here. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Now this is going to be a, this is where we're going to stick that hinge, okay, that I was telling you about, the 1 by 8 inch piece. All right, so that's where you're going to put that hinge. And this piece is going to go right on top of here, just like this. All right, and I'm just going to scoot this down. And then you're going to go ahead and grab that hinge piece, okay? And that hinge piece is going to go right here. And now I just need to go ahead and cut that. I guess I didn't cut it I didn't cut it 8 inches, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. Cut that. And then you're going to go ahead and fold that and burnish that in, okay, because that's a hinge. All right, and you're just going to stick it on the back of that piece, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put glue down on the right-hand side of that, okay? And I'm going to stick my hinge right on the edge of that little area, that end of the pocket that we just made. Okay, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to burnish some more. Burnish that down some more. And if I have any excess, which I do, I am just going to go ahead and cut that off. Alrighty, and there is our hinge. So this is another way that, you know, if let's say you forget to put a hinge on something, you know, if you're doing an album, you can always make a hinge, which I like to do because it gets, you can use your scraps. So, okay, so here we're going to go ahead and put this on this side. All right, so it opens up like this. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this part down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this right in the middle part. Okay. So right on the edge there, okay. And now you can go ahead and you can do that. Okay. All right, and it opens up just like this. And you have a nice little pocket here on top for a, actually, I need to bring that down. Okay, so we are going to bring this down. I just remembered that we have a pocket up there, so we need to make some space for a mat. So I'm going to go ahead, tear this off. I know it don't look pretty, but it will be covered. So I guess we don't have to worry about that, right? It's going to be covered, you guys. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that right above, right on the edge of that. Okay? Just like that. All right. Okay, so there we go. So then that is going to close like that, and then we have, you can stick a mat in here, okay? And then for our little pockets, okay, we're not going to put these on yet because we need to cover this before we do. All right, you will make mats for these or little tags if you want, whatever you would like, and they are going to sit like this, but they're going to kind of overlap each other because you're going to need to make sure that you have room in there to put your little tags, okay? So these are going to go off to the side, okay? You can stick them in the little pocket that we just made if you'd like, because we will put those on once we cover everything, okay? Once we get the front page done, now we're moving to the back page of page 2. Okay, so the back page of page 2, you are going to need, okay, 2 pieces that are 5 by 6. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on each one of these, okay, on the left hand side. So again, you'll need 2 of these that are 5 by 6. Okay. Okay, again, we're making another flip pocket, okay, is what I call it. You are going to need a piece that is 7.5 by 12, all right? You're going to go ahead, and it's just made like the one that we did on page 1, okay? So on here, you're going to score on the 7.5 inch side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on that left-hand side, okay? You're going to turn it, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each end of this 12-inch piece of paper. You're going to score here and on the right-hand side, and you're going to score down at the, I believe you're going to score, let's see, at the 6 inch. I think at the 6 inch. Yeah. You're going to score at the 6 inch middle part of that, okay? So, again, this piece right here is going to fold backwards, okay? So you're going to fold that one backwards, and first we are going to go ahead and you are going to go ahead and cut this piece off. So we're just going to go ahead, and I'm going to cut on the other side of that score line. Now, you can use your cutter if you want to. I'm just cutting this with my scissors. And you're going to go ahead and we're going to cut right there. Okay. And then where that little X is, you're definitely going to go ahead and cut that right at that X. Okay. So there is your pocket. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just burnish those little score pieces inside, okay? And we are going to go ahead and lay that over the top of that piece. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue down here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead, flip that over, and just burnish that end, okay? All right, easy peasy, guys, easy peasy. So next, you're going to go ahead, fold this back, okay, and we are going to go ahead and put that in the middle part right here. So I have to. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on here, and I'm going to go ahead and line that up in the middle part. Okay, and again, these are from the, this is from making from the 12 by 12 piece of paper. So, you know, make sure that you use your scraps. If you have scraps from other, you know, that's one thing I always tell you guys, you know, that's why I like to make the hinges and stuff, because I'm able to use some of my scraps from past albums that I've made. And it saves a little bit. I mean, it may just be an inch or two, but it saves a little bit. It all adds up, you know, when you're cutting your paper down. Okay, so on these two here, okay, these are the 5 by 6 pieces. You're going to go ahead and burnish those in, those little flaps that we scored. Okay, and then what we're going to do is once you burnish those in, you are going to go ahead and place them on here just like this. Okay, just like that. All right. just like that. Okay, and so here we're going to go ahead and put the glue on the back here. Go ahead and put this one here. Now, what I did for each of the pages, I wanted to have a scrap album that could hold 10 pages on each side. Okay, so I tried my best to really add everything up, and you know, and that is including mats. So if we don't have a place where you can add your page, your photos, then it will be on a mat. Okay, so I did try to incorporate each page will hold 10 photos, okay, or more, or maybe, you know, whatever you would like. So, and that also maybe include a layout. That also may include a layout right in through here. Okay, so like here we can stick a photo here, 1, 2, and then the mat, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10. Okay, so there is 10 areas in your page right here that will hold 10 photos. Okay, so I definitely gave that some thought. Okay, now I know you're probably thinking, how are we going to keep this closed, right? So we will add an element here. Once we put on all of our papers, we will add an element here to make sure everything is closed. Okay, so I just want to let you know. All right. Okay, so you will need a belly band that is 2 by 8, okay, and you are going to score a 1/2 inch on each end of the 8-inch side, okay, and so that little belly band is actually going to go right here. So it's going to go right in through there, all right, and you can stick some mats in there, all right. So we are going to go ahead and do that, and I think we may put this on. Let's put this on after we get our paper on, okay? So I'm going to stick this little belly band right in through here, okay? And again, we are going to have something that, a little element that closes this, okay? So I just wanted to let you know, because we're not using any magnets in this album, okay? So we will definitely come back and put some elements on here, or some things on here to have this. Hi guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and papered page 1, and there's a few things that we need to go ahead and do to page 1 before we move on to the other pages. So I went ahead and cut out some of my mats. Now some of my mats are 4 by 6, and then I also used, in conjunction for the mats, I used the Spellbinder dies, okay, and this is what they look like. Now you get 7 dies in here, and you can either use them singly to create a really super cute border. And see, like this one. That one created and cut out that border there. Okay. Or you can use them together, okay, and to create a really super lovely border, elegant border. And I don't know if this was the one. Yeah, this is it. And this is how you would put it on your paper and run it through your machine, is just like that. Okay. So that's how I did those borders. So I made 3 for up here, okay, and I'll probably make some more to help keep this piece closed, since we're not using any magnets in this book. And then this right here pulls out just like this, and this is a 5 by 7 book, or mat. Okay, and then of course our little thing opens up like this. Now I didn't finish papering everything yet. but I will go back and paper some of the things in this book. So, okay, when we turn it over, we have, remember this little piece right here we had, and so I went ahead and covered some of this part here, and then I covered here. So went ahead and we need to make a little belt loop for this. So to make the little belt loop, I thought we would use some paper, okay? And basically, you're just going to need a little strip like this, okay? This is all you're going to need. And okay, so I went ahead and cut my 1-inch strip, and we cut it to 4 inches. Okay, you are going to score a 1/2 inch here on this side and a 1/2 inch on this side here. Okay, so go ahead and cut, do that. All right, and then you're just going to fold those back. All right, and you can use any pattern paper you want. You can even use just the white if you want to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this right down here, just like that. So you'll be able to see the little, your little edge of your belt here. Okay, and that will just come in. Once it's on there, it'll be okay. I've done this before in my other books. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and grab our glue. I'm just going to go ahead and set this. It's kind of like making a little belly band, but just using it as a belt loop. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and set that right over the top of that. Just making sure that it's even. Okay, and I'm going to bring my little closure out. Okay, just like that. And there we go. So that is going to help those stay closed. So you have these flaps here and here, and then you have your little belt loop, okay? And you can go ahead and to make it just a little bit, you know, you can get your bone folder to make it a little bit more, what do I want to say, opened. So your belt can slide in and out a little bit easier. Okay, so there we go. So there is that part. Now I did cover page 2 as well, and for page 2 we had a couple of things that we needed to finish up. Okay, and for page 2 I went ahead and did these little pieces here. Okay, and let's see here, hold on one second. Okay, so for page 2, we went ahead and did all these little pockets, remember? And I went ahead and papered them, and also used my Spellbinder dies to make these pretty little edges on the pockets, okay? And how I did that was I went ahead and did where after we cut these out, I went ahead and just took the decorative edging, okay, and did that first, okay, ran all of the pockets through, and I did different edges for them. And then after I did that, then I took my pieces, my scrap pieces, since we already have scraps from cutting our paper from for covering the front and the back of our pages and such. I went ahead and took some of the scraps, okay, that were just like this, okay, and I went ahead and ran them through with this piece and then this piece, okay? So you would lay it on the paper like this, all right, because this border helps cut that out, all right? So you're going to lay them on your paper like this, okay, like that, and then you're just going to run that through, okay? And I went ahead and I pushed mine up all the way to the edges like this, all right, just like that. And you just want to be right on the edge of that paper, okay, just like this. Push that through your Sizzix or whatever die cut you're using, and then you're going to come out with a little piece like this. Then I used the Memento Summer Sky, and I just made them more blue so you could see the detail in the die cut. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to stick those pockets on here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick, I like this one, so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to stick that one on the bottom first. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this one here. Okay, you're not going to place your glue all the way up and through here to the edge. Okay, just leave like about, you know, a little bit of space, not glued. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and put these down here just like this. Okay, just like that. And you can lift it up just a bit if you want to like show a nice little border on that bottom part. You can definitely do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. Let me see. I'll grab this one. I'm trying to think how this one will be nice. Okay, so this one is going to slide under that piece that we didn't glue down. Okay. So that's what's going to slide under there. Okay, so they're going to be stacked. Okay, so that's going to slide right under there just like that. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece here. Again, you're going to leave a little bit of glue, not at the top. Okay, after we get all of these on, then we can go back in and we can glue those down. Okay, so you're just going to slide that up under there just a little bit. Okay, see how it's under there just a little bit right there. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, and just want to make sure that's even. Okay, I don't know if that's even or not. Looks even. Okay, that's even. Okay, so now we can go ahead and we can go in with our bone folder in your pocket, and you can definitely go ahead and press down. Okay, so then once we do that, next we're going to go in and we're going to go ahead and put this one here. Alrighty, and then this one. And that's not going to be on there very much. That's going to go in like that. And then this one will be up here like this. Okay. Just like that. So I do want to leave a little bit of space up here for your little tag or whatever you want to put up there. That way you have enough room so it's not like hanging out, you know. So. Now, if you wanted to, you can make another pocket and put it, you know, on here. You still have this room up here, but with this door or this little flap opening, I just feel like that is enough room right there for that. Okay, and then again, you can go in and burnish your pockets in. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, so there is that piece, and doesn't that look so pretty? And then you'll be able to put your little whatever you want to put in there. You'll be able to put in there just like that. Okay, or stick it in there like that. Alrighty, so how cute is that, right? Oh my gosh, that is going to be so cute. So that is done. The only thing you need to do now is make a mat for the top of this pocket. Okay, and then again, you can just slide that mat right in there. And let me see if I have, here's this mat. So this mat can just slide right in there just like that. Okay, so then now all you need to do is make your little 4x6 pieces in here. And I believe those are 4 by 6. So yeah, or not 4 by 6. So you'll be able to make some little tags or little mats that are like 4 by 5.5 or 4 by 5.5. So yeah, so there is that. Okay, so then the back of page 2, okay, we have this pocket here, and again, I'm just going to use this same little mat that I made. This pocket, okay, just like that. All right, and it will go ahead and hold your mat in there. Okay, now for this mat here, you are going to have to make sure that you cut it down some, okay, because this piece, all right, you don't want it to get all folded up. This is going to actually fold down like this and like that. So you don't want your little end here to be all crinkled, okay? So you want your piece to you want your mat to probably be about measuring 7.5 inches, okay? Or I would do 7 1/4 inches, okay? So 7 1/4 inches is what I would do for the mat that goes in here, because these doors are going to slide in like this, okay? And that brings me to these two pieces. So these two pieces are from the cut apart page, and the cut apart page looks like this, okay? So it looks like this, and what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and make two pieces that are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 from your white cardstock, okay? So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then you're going to cut out whatever, a frame and maybe another frame, or if you wanted something like this, you're going to cut out 2 of those pieces. Then on the back, you are only going to, okay, and it goes this way, you're only going to put adhesive on half of the back of that once you mount your frame or whatever, you know, whatever you have. I went ahead and did, I'm going to put it on like this, okay? So this piece will be on here like this, okay? That's how that's going to go, all right? Then the second piece is going to go on top of that, okay? Now you do need to mat your papers down before you put this piece on, okay? So, and I'm going to do that here in just a minute. And so you're going to go ahead and do that. And then what you're going to do is you are going to, this will be a slide-in piece. So this piece will be able to slide into there, okay? So hold on one second. So this piece will be able to slide into there, just like that. Just like that. Okay, so we need to gauge and make sure that we mark, and we're going to do a little tick mark because this is a little overlapping, and I don't want to, we can't cut it because it's already on there. So we're going to go ahead and make a little tick mark right on this piece, right there. So we know that I need to make sure that the adhesive isn't all the way to the edge of this paper, okay? It needs to be lined up with that, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to mark, okay? I'm going to go ahead and mark that. It'd probably be easier if I do it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that right there. Okay, I'm giving it a little bit more room. So I'm just spacing it out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that when I lay this down, okay, it's going to go like this. So then that way when this closes, this has plenty of room to fold inside of there, okay, and lay like that. And that's how we're going to do that. Okay. So again, I just went ahead and scooted this over, right, like in the middle a little bit, made my tick mark. Okay. And from the tick mark here, all right. And so I know I need to line that up with that tick mark when I put this down. Okay. That's how you're going to do that. Now, if you're going to use magnets, then you probably don't need to worry about the tick mark or anything like that. But for this case, we're not doing any magnets in here. So that's what you're going to do for that. Okay. And then this piece will just go on there on the back, just like this. Okay. Now for this piece here, I did go ahead and put some acetate on the back of the photo frame, and then I left it on there so you could put a picture back there and then just peel that off after you get it on there. And yeah, isn't that so pretty? Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so pretty. I love it. So, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover this up and show you how to do this piece. And we have a few more areas that we're going to be doing the same technique in. And this is one of the techniques that I used in, I believe, one of my other albums that I did last year. I think it was Far From Home, or I forget. It was something like that. I've done so many. I forget the names sometimes. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. All right. And then here, I'm going to stick this one here. All right. All righty. So there is that. Okay. And like we did our tick mark already for our doors, right? So now we're going to go ahead and then we put the tick mark on here. Okay. So because this one went like this, right? And so what we did was we took our little card, okay, and we stuck it kind of like in the middle part, right? And we went ahead and made a tick mark right there. I can make my little tick mark closer to this one here, just like that. Okay, because we didn't want it bumping into the adhesive on here. Okay, so now I'm going to take my adhesive off. Now again, you can use magnets if you want to. We're just doing this book without any magnets. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and I'm going to bring that tick mark up here. That's right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, it's not zooming in. Zoom in. There we go. Okay, so see that little tick mark? Okay, I'm just going to bring my little flap here, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that down, just like that. Okay, just like that. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and bring my other one, and I'm going to take the tape off of that one. All right. And like I said, you just put like 2 or 3 little tapes on there. You don't need a bunch. And then I'm going to match that up with the adhesive side, okay, with this adhesive on this way, okay, on top of this part, not on this part. Okay, and you're just going to go ahead and put that right on top of there, line it up, okay, and lay down this right here. Okay, so now you've got, and then here you can just slide in your little photo. Okay, so now this piece, okay, that we've got, all right, you need to go ahead and just kind of round it off a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit flexible, or, you know, and you don't want it too bendable, okay, because we are going to stick pictures on there. But you want it bendable enough to where it can fit into your little closure. Okay. Yeah. So these are always so fun, but do take a little bit of, there we go, maneuvering. There we go. Okay, so that's how that's going to get closed. It takes a little bit of maneuvering, right? But once it gets comfortable doing this, it doesn't take very long, okay, for it to, you know, start, for the paper to know where to go. So you're going to go ahead, and that's how that's going to close, just like that. And that's what's going to keep this part closed here, okay? So there we go. So there is that. And then you have a little photo here. You can stick something here, a little photo if you want, or maybe a journaling card or something. Here you can go ahead and you can do a layout. And then here on this side here, you have another area for photos, and you have a photo here, okay? And you can possibly stick maybe some little photos here along this side. So there we go. So there is that. And then, okay, so to finish page 2, on the back, we're going to go ahead and put this little belly band here, okay, just like that. And again, this piece is 2 by 8, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each end, okay? So there is that. And then we're going to go ahead and put, and then we're going to just mat this right here. Okay, and this is so you can just slide in some little mats in there, some 4x6 mats or whatever you would like. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And then this is going to go on here like that. And then this is going to be for some little 4x6 mats. And I did have them, but I don't know what I did with them. Let's see, here we go. Okay, here we go. So here you're just going to go ahead and you can put your mats in here, or, you know, whatever you would like. Okay, and so these are just going to sit in there just like that. Okay, so there is that. And that's going to sit on there just like that. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty, you guys. And then we're going to go ahead and cover that up. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this on here, and then we are done with page 2. And again, you can just stick some little mats in there. Okay. Just like that. All right. And then this is going to close. Okay, just like that, and there you go. So we are done. So we are done with page 2. So now we're going to move on to page 3. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we are on page 3, and so we are just moving right along here. And so for page 3, I went ahead and cut out my mats already for the front and back of my pages. You are going to need one piece that is 7 by 7.5, okay? And then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 5 by 5, okay? And then on this piece, on one of the pieces, okay, you're only going to score, let's see, the 5 by 5 is sitting in your scoreboard. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on this side. You're going to rotate it and then score a 1/2 inch on another side, okay? So only on 2 sides are you going to score a 1/2 inch. Okay, you're going to go ahead and turn it this way, and this side right here where your little X is, you're going to go ahead and clip that off, and this is going to be a pocket, okay, and it's actually going to be a slanted or an angular pocket, okay. Now, I've done this technique, or I've done one of these pockets before in my other albums, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and burnish those to the back, okay? And then you're going to set that to the side. On this one here, you're going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch only on one side, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do that now while I'm thinking about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch right here down that side there. Now this flap right here, or this little score mark, is going to be our, you're going to bend it backwards, okay, and burnish that in. All right. And we're going to go ahead and sit this together right now, okay? So here, we're going to go ahead and grab your glue, or, you know, whatever you use for your adhesive, okay? And I'm just going to put my glue right here. All right, just like that. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and just glue that together. Now you're going to make sure that you have everything lined up correctly. Remember, we've already folded that on the back end, okay? So you're going to go ahead and just grab your bone folder and burnish that in, just like that. Alrighty. And there you go. So now for the next piece, what we're going to do is we are going to, I want you to grab your ruler, all right? And I don't know where my other ruler went. I'm always losing that one. I cannot keep my rulers in the same place. So I don't know where it went. You're going to grab your ruler and you are going to go ahead and measure inward, okay? And you're going to measure inward at 3/4 of an inch, okay? And you're going to make a tick mark right there, all right? Then you're going to bring this up, okay? And same thing here. You're going to go ahead and just measure in 3/4 of an inch, okay? 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to make a tick mark right here, just like that. Okay, so where your tick mark's at, once you're going to go ahead and put this into your cutter, okay, like this. And where those tick marks are, that's where you're going to cut. Okay, you're going to cut it like this, all right, at an angle, because this is going to be an angular pocket. Okay, so that's where you're going to cut. And you're just going to go ahead, and I'm going to start from up here and go downwards. Okay, so there we go. So this piece is, you can just throw out or save them for another project if you'd like. Okay, so that's how that is going to look, just like that. Okay, so now it's a little pocket, all right? And then this right here, you're just going to go ahead and clip that off, just like that. And then clip off any excess you have showing, you know, any little papers you have showing. Just clip those off, and there is your little pocket, okay? So now what we're going to do is we are going to bring this over, okay, like this, and we're going to go ahead and lay this down, all right? Now, before I lay this down, just let you know, okay, what you can do to cover this, okay, so you don't use a lot of paper, all right? Okay, so to cut your piece that fits on here, okay, you're just going to grab your paper and you're going to set it on here like this, okay? And yeah, I have a little piece right here that I need to get, but this is just to show you guys how to do it. And you can do it one of two ways. You can go ahead and attach this on here and then cut it off, or you can go ahead and measure it, or I usually just do this. I usually just put it on there and I go ahead and just draw it like this, okay? And then I go ahead and I cut it out. So just like this. Or you can use your scissors, or you can use your scoreboard. Or not your scoreboard, your trimmer. Okay, and same thing with the back. So there's your front piece, okay, and I'm going to stick something here to cover that up. So there is my front piece, okay, and then for the back piece, all you're going to do is you're going to lay this on another piece, or on the same little piece that you've got, okay, and then there you go, you have a template. So you just go ahead and you cut that, or you mark it, okay, just like that, okay, and there you go. So now you've got your pieces cut out for your angular pocket. Super easy peasy, right? So there we go. So, and then here, and I'm going to try to follow that line. You guys know me and straight lines do not get along. But I think if I draw it, I'm good. So I think if I draw things, I'm good. So I'm going to save those pieces. So here we go. So there is that piece for there, and there is this piece. So now I've got both of my pieces covered, okay? And I can fill those in with, you know, something, or I can just add, you know, that piece there, or, you know, whatever. So just fill it in. So, okay, so there we go. So there is that. So those are going to go off to the side. We're going to go ahead and lay this down, all right? Now I've made this pocket before in another book that I did a while ago. So just like that, okay? So you're just going to lay it right on that edge there, okay? Just like that. All right, and then you can go ahead and burnish that down. So a lot of these things I took from old books that I had, and I incorporated it into this book here. And then here, this is a piece, and it's 7 by 7.5. You're going to score a half inch on the top of this. So it's laying like this in your scoreboard at the 7.5. You're going to score a half inch on the top right there. You're going to go ahead and fold that backwards and put your adhesive on there. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it this way. I want to make sure that I'm in the middle. So I just took different pieces from little items that I have made before, layouts and such for this book. It just kind of incorporate the ones that were fun and easy to do, and I just incorporated them in this book for you guys. So this right here is going to go ahead and stay like that, okay? So that is how this is going to stay closed. Okay, so anyway, so that's how that's going to go. And then once you get your paper on, it'll be heavier. It'll weigh it down, so it will lay flat. Okay. Okay, so for the back of page 3, you're going to need a piece that is 7 1/4 by 8. Okay, and this is going to be a pocket. This layout is actually from the Oriental Garden album that I created a while back. It's an 8 by 8 album, and it is in a tutorial that I have down in my videos. So if you wanted to pop on over, you can just look that up. And so what we're going to do here is then we're going to lay this down just like this. Okay, so this is your opened flap. Okay, this is the front of page 3. And your opening is here. So when your page turns over like this, this is going to be on this side here, okay? So it's going to lay just like that. Then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 4 by 8, okay? Or 4.5 by 8. Now, what I did was I just took scraps from our pile, okay, and I went and made little hinges like I've showed you before how to make little hinges, which is you just cut a piece of paper that is, or you take your little long strips of white paper, okay, like this, okay, and you just cut them at 1 inch, and then you score them down the middle, which is a ½ inch, right? So you have a nice little piece like this, okay, and I just use them as hinges. So we're going to place these on the back of the doors, okay? So you're going to have one here, okay? So that's going to go, that's one piece. And then the other piece, and make sure your fold is facing the opposite way. You don't want your fold facing the inside, okay? And you're going to place it on this end here with the fold facing away from with the fold facing on the right hand side. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those hinges on now. So we can do that. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and start with this one. So get one of your pieces that are 4 by 8. Okay, if you want to, you do not have to do it this way. You can definitely go ahead and cut your paper at 4.5 by 8. Okay, score it a 1/2 inch on the left hand side, and then you have your door. So here we're going to turn this over, or it doesn't really matter because I'm just used to the words being on the outside. So, and then you're just going to go ahead and place that little hinge down. Make sure it's at the edge there. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, just like that. And again, I like doing this because it uses up some of our scraps. So, you know, I try to incorporate that into a lot of my albums. So, and I just chopped off, you know, the extra piece that was hanging off. Again, here you're going to grab your hinge. Make sure your folded side is on your left-hand side. Okay, and we are going to flip this over. All right, you're going to put your folded edge on the right-hand side here. Okay, just like we did the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Put glue on here. And I think that this one is really a fun way to, you know, it's just fun because you've got your doors and you've got a side pocket that you can put some mats in there, and I think it looks super cute. So, and then I'm going to just go ahead and chop off those little bit that was showing, and there's our doors. So when you glue them on, they're opening like this, right? This little piece will be glued onto your page. So this right here, okay, is going to have these on top of it, just like that. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. So these will be overlapping, okay? And since they're going to be overlapping and we're not using any, we're not using magnets in this book, we will be making a little tiny latch for this, okay? Kind of like the belly band thing again, where we go ahead and use a little band to close these doors, okay? And then you'll open it and it'll come in like this, okay? So that's what we're going to do here. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and first, when you do this piece, you want to make sure that you have your piece of paper matted on the back of your page, your base page, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and place this down. All right, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and you're going to glue on the doors, okay? So we can glue these doors on. And you're going to line that up right to the end of that paper, okay? Right on the edge there. Okay, same thing with the next one. So there is that. So next what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and place that right in the middle here, okay? So, or not right in the middle, you're going to place it right on the edge of your paper right here, okay? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place tape on the back of this, okay? Because this is going to be a pocket for some of our mats, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and place tape on this side here, along the top, on the back, and then here. So when you flip this over, now your side is on your left-hand side. That's where you're going to place your tape, okay? So again, you're going to place your tape on the left hand side. Okay. Now be sure that you do not, you know, pull on your tape. Okay. And then you're going to place it on the bottom part. Alrighty. And you're going to place it on the top part. Okay, so you're going to place it right here on the top part. And again, I'm just kind of, I'm not pulling my tape, okay, doing it very gently, okay. Okay, and so there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to really burnish that in, okay. And I am going to add some glue to this, okay. I just like adding the double adhesive. I feel like my my items just seem to stay on better, but I am going to add glue to this, okay. So I'm going to add glue along the top of here, on the corners, okay. There, just like that. And if you and then okay, and then you're going to turn this over and grab this side here. Do not place any glue in the middle part. Okay, you're going to put this at the edge of your right hand side. Okay, and you can place this either way, up here or down here, wherever you want. I'm going to place mine right in the middle. Okay, and now I'm going to open up my doors, and I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that in. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, so just like that. So now I can place my little mats inside or behind here. Okay, so that's how that's going to go. So now you can go ahead and you can paper the inside of this. Okay, and then like I said, we're going to make once we get this papered, we're going to make a little latch that will help close these. Okay, so alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the front of page 3. All right, and then I'm going to paper my page 3 here, and then we're going to come back and make our little latch for this, and then yeah, so there we go. So all right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and we're making the closure now for the back of page 3. And for the back of page 3, you're just going to get a little tiny strip about this big, okay? And the measurement for this little strip is going to be, and you know, it's like really, it's like a 1/2 inch, okay? And it is about, I want to say 2 and 3/8, okay, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left hand side and the right hand side. Okay, that is going to be our little band. All right, and then, okay, and then you're going to go ahead and cut or just grab a scrap piece from your pile that is a strip, and you're going to go ahead and measure it down to 1 1/4 by 7 5/8, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch down at the right hand side. Okay, then I just grabbed a piece of scrap paper and I'm going to cover it just like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just place this right on the end of this piece right here. And you're just going to put it right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my glue. Just like that. And I'm just going to apply that right in the middle of these. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to straighten that out just a bit. Okay, just like that. All right, and then this piece is going to go over this piece because this is our little belt, okay? And we are just going to go ahead, place this over here like that, over it like this. And you're going to put this way at the end, okay? So, or you could put it like a little bit, like maybe inward, just a tad. But I don't want it all the way over or anything, unless you want it to, but you really don't need to, because we're going to put some stuff on here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on my little dude right here. And I'm going to go ahead and lay that flat. I'm going to go ahead and place that down. Okay, just like that. So that is done. So now we have this piece completely done. All right, and I just need to cover the insides. Okay, and I will be covering the insides, just so you know. I'm going to cover them with the scraps that we have from our papers. They won't be all the way to the edge, you know, of your, they'll have like a little bit of a seam right here, or a little bit of a space, but I'm okay with that because we're just going to put pictures there. So I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we just need to cover this piece right here. So, but we are all good. And then I'm just going to put this on right here. I'm actually going to cut this down real quick. So I just want to so that will fit in here. And again, I just need to open that up a little bit. Just get your bone folder and open that up just a bit more. That's all you have to do. Okay. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in there, just like that. Okay, there we go. So there is our little, our page 3 is finished. So, yeah, so there is the back of my page 3, or this is the front, and this is the one we were working on. I went ahead and add lace to the top there, and then this opens up like this, and that fits in there. And you can definitely add more mats in here as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side, and we are done with page 3. Okay, so for page 4, you're going to need 2 pieces that are 6 1/4 by 10, okay? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch, okay? With the 10 inch this way, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each side, okay? And you're going to score down at 6 1/4, okay? And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score down a 1/2 inch on the left-hand side. Once you're done, you're going to go ahead and where those little X's are, you're going to go ahead and just chop those off. These are kind of like the other ones that we did before, okay? And so they're just a little bit smaller. So here you're going to go ahead and chop that off, and you're going to go ahead and just cut down on the other side of that score line, okay? Just like that. Alrighty, so there is your little flap. You're going to go ahead and you're going to burnish these in, okay, just like this. Alrighty, so those are getting burnished in like that. You're going to pull this up, okay, and whoops, I take that back. This is going to go backwards. There we go. That's got to be on the back side. Okay, so there we go. So this right here is going to go inward, just like that. Alrighty, And so there is that. And we're going to go ahead and put those two together. All right. And there's your little pocket. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put those together right now. And then same thing with this one here. You're going to go ahead and this piece right here is going to go inward. This piece is going to go out, or it's going to go folded back towards the back end of that pocket. Okay. You're going to go ahead and cut this piece off. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut that piece off just like that. And we're going to go ahead, and here you don't need to even make that little corner cut like we usually do for pockets, because we're cutting this piece off right here. Okay. I forgot about that. So, but this one down here, you do need to go ahead and cut right across there, just like that. So you have your nice little pocket. Okay, and I'm just going to cut it down just a sliver more. Okay, so you'll just go ahead and do the other pocket the same way, and then I will be back and we will put this page together. Okay, so to start page 4, what we're going to do is something a little different. So we're going to lay our lace right in the middle of our page, okay? And we're going to go ahead and glue that down. So I'm just going to pick the middle of my page here, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and put glue on that. I'm going to leave a little bit of this, about maybe, I want to say maybe 9 inches or so, or I don't really know. I'm just kind of gauging it with what I have here. But I know I want to tie this around my little envelopes, okay? So I'm putting this right here, like that, okay? And you can use your ribbon or your seam binding, or, you know, whatever you have. I'm just using this lace, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and place my mat on top of this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and, actually, no, we're not going to do that. We are going to go ahead and place these down. Sorry. So let's go ahead while this dries, move that to the side, and we're going to go ahead and put our glue on our little pockets here. Okay. So we're going to put our glue on our pockets. Hold that back. All right. And there is that one. Okay. Make sure it's burnished in really good. All right, so there is that one. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and bring our page back over. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue on that. Okay, and next I'm going to go ahead and put glue on my mat. Okay. If you need to put more glue, like up and through here, you can definitely do that. I think I got mine pretty good. Alrighty. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put these on. Alright. And you're going to put one up here. And I'm just leaving like a little border around mine. Okay, you don't have to if you don't want to. Just going to lift that up and hold that down just like that. Okay. And don't worry about this piece right here. We're going to add a little photo mat here. Okay. And then this one is going to go on the bottom, and it's going to be placed right here. All right. Okay. And then you can go ahead and cover these and make your little inserts for this, and they're going to go up and down, and then this is going to tie. So you can definitely go ahead and tie this just like this. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and cut this, okay, so it's not so long. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut those a little bit shorter. All right. Like that. And then cut this one a little shorter. Okay, so there we go. So that will hold your little pockets together. So now all we have is the back of page 4, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so for the back of page 4, okay, so you're going to need one piece that is 5 3/4 by 8. You're going to go ahead and score 1 inch, or I'm sorry, you score a ½ inch, not 1 inch, a ½ inch on your left hand side, okay, and this is actually going to be placed here, just like this, okay. So this flap is going to be like this. This one is going to be a little bit different, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we can attach this now. All right, and then just make sure that it's burnished down really good. All right, and then what you're going to do is you are going to need 2 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, okay? And you are going to need a little piece that is, again, a hinge. So you're going to need a 1 inch piece that you scored down the middle, okay, and you fold it over, and that is a hinge. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and put it on the back of one of your pieces. So you're just going to turn that over, and you're going to put that just like that. Make sure that your fold is on your right-hand side, okay? So you're going to add your glue to that. And you're just going to go ahead and stick it right on the edge of that piece there. Okay. I'm just going to bring that up right on the edge of that piece. All right, just like that. Okay, so now you've got this little guy going on, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring this guy over, and you're going to put him, I'm sorry, take that back. Okay, you're going to go ahead and add him here, just like this, okay? Actually, these two are going to go together, okay? But this one, we're going to go ahead and put this on here now. All right, and because I'm going to show you how, it's kind of like how we did the other one, but the other one didn't flip back and forth, okay? This one is going to flip back and forth. So I want to make sure it's even with that. So I'm making sure that it's in the middle of that little flap there, okay? So it's in the middle of this. And this, we're just going to go ahead and burnish that down. Alrighty. It's kind of the same concept that we did with the other one, where this is going to go on top of here like this, okay? The same exact concept. And then this is going to be open like this. This will flip open over like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and make this piece right here, because this is just, you can cover this all on your own. So to get this piece started, okay, we are going to go ahead and you're going to put 3 strips of tape right in through here, okay? So again, I'm just going to grab my tape here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and place 3 strips right here, one in the end here, okay, one on the end here, and then and one here. Alrighty. Now you don't have to butt them up against each other if you don't want to, but and I'm not. I'm leaving a space in between there. And then I'm going to cut off that excess tape right here. There. And okay. And then what you're going to do is on here, you're going to go ahead and put 3 strips as well. Here we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make a little tick mark. Okay. And I just need to find my pencil. And you're just going to make a little tick mark right there because that's where you're going to start your tape. Okay, so you're going to bring this down here. All right. And, or actually I should have did it on the back, but it doesn't matter. So you're going to go ahead and put one there. Right. And again, we're just doing 3 of them. And then, of course, any little scragglies you have, just go ahead and cut those off. So now I've got this piece here, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're just going to pick a frame, okay? And I'm going to pick a little pink one, just like that, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and grab, this is how you're going to cut your frames for all, you know, for all of the frames that you see in here. This is how we're going to do them, okay? So you're going to go ahead and grab your X-Acto knife, and I just need to find mine. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it this way, where you make an X, okay, from one end to the other, and that's usually sometimes what I do. Or you can just, if you have a steady enough hand, you can just draw the line all the way down. Okay, and sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, so it's up to you however you want to do it. With this X part, it's kind of easy because you can just go around with your scissors and cut that out, so you wouldn't really need to worry about too much. So, you know, going off the line or anything like that. So like that right there, I can just punch this out. Okay, grab my scissors and cut around the inside of my frame here. Okay, just like that. All right, and then too, I can go ahead and I can clean up anything if I needed to. So just come in here. Just like that. Okay, and I can grab this just like this and then cut these out of the way, the big pieces. Okay, and I can go ahead and go back in, and then I can cut, you know, and clean up any excess pieces that I don't want in there, you know. So that's how we're going to do that. Again, if you want to, you could do it, you know, by hand, going all the way around in the square, however you want to do it. Okay, and then you'll need the 3x4 acetate, okay, because that's how big your squares are. So you'll need 3x4 acetate, okay, and that's how you're going to do that. Here. And I need my acetate, so I'm going to get that cut, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my frame now, and I'm just going to put my glue right around this, okay, frame, and then you're going to get your acetate, okay, and you're just going to put that right on top of that frame, okay, and Alrighty, just like that. Just going to make sure that it's all even. And then you can go ahead and burnish that in. So you're just going to burnish that in. Alrighty. Like that. And if you have any excess of your acetate, just go ahead and you can clip that off. Okay. Okay, so once you're done putting your acetate on, you're going to go ahead and put your tape on, okay? And I'm just going to, and you want to do all 4 areas, okay? So, there's that one. And for this one, I am using my 1/4 inch tape on this, okay? So, there we go. There we go. Okay, and then you just want to go ahead and burnish those in. Make sure that it's burnished in really good. And then we're going to take off 2 of these. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring this back over here. Grab this piece right here. Okay, and you can put that in the middle. Now you can cover this with, you know, your scrap pieces if you want to. You don't have to use, you know, just plain white. You can definitely cover that up, you know, with a scrap piece of paper if you wanted. Okay, I would just do like the middle part, or I'm sorry. No, you're right. That way you have a little bit of color on there. So you could definitely do that. So let me see here which one I want. So I think I'm going to go for, I love this blue, you guys. This blue is so pretty. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that up with that. Okay, and I am just covering it with like from end to end. Okay, I'm not leaving a border on this one. So because I'm not leaving a border, I'm not going to really put a whole lot of glue, or I'm not. So okay, so I'm just covering it from end to end. Okay, and just like that, making sure I have this whole piece on there, just like that. Okay, and I'm just going to burnish that down real quick. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. I think it's much easier just to do it this way than to go ahead and get out your, you know, measure it and all that kind of stuff. It's just easier this way. It's just easier, it's quicker. So especially when you're just doing little pieces like this, then you don't need to worry about. And then you can go ahead and attach this on here just like that. So we're going to go ahead and take off this piece here and the bottom piece. Okay, that leaves these 2 pieces for taking off later. And here we're just going to go ahead and put that on there just like that. All right. So now you have your little photo frame, and again you have your little tape there and there that you can take off once you get your picture in there. Okay, so next you're going to bring over your pocket. All right, and you're going to go ahead and attach these 2 together. Okay, same thing here. If you wanted to use this, you could definitely just put that on there like that and then cut it down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take off these 3 pieces right here. Okay, So we're just going to do this really quick. And you are going to go ahead and lay them on top of each other. I don't know what I have on there. It's a bump. Okay, so now we're just going to lay these on top of each other, okay? Make sure that your tape, okay, make sure that your tapes are going to be adhered together, okay? So you want to make sure that this tape is aligning with, or that this is going to be stuck. You don't want this tape over here because then it's not going to close. So make sure when you're laying this down, both tapes are on the same side, okay? You're going to grab your card and just lay it right on top of each other, just like this. Okay, just like that. Make sure it matches up. Okay. Turn it over and burnish that in, just like that. Alrighty. So that is how you're going to do that. Alright. So that's how that little guy is going to get done. And then this is going to be able to, and then here we're going to go ahead and once you get this papered, it'll, you know, slide in a little bit better, but just like the other one, it'll slide in like that, okay? So there's your little photo mount, and then you can have a photo here, and then you can open it up, put 2 photos here or a photo here, and then do a layout. So you can go ahead and mat this down now, and you can go ahead and add a frame here. So, okay, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll be back, and we will add our pages to our book with our hinge.